We are live. We are live. We are live. I am Lisa Santiago McNeill, and this is Let's Talk About It. Brian is on his way into the studio. We are getting ready to talk about it. And the topic for today, this thankful Thursday, this Thursday that you've never seen before, is get organized. We are going to share with you 5 tips to keeping the chaos in check. Oh, we're going to talk about it. Hopefully we'll have more than 5 tips because I know many of you are very, very organized, and I look forward to hearing you weigh in with your tips to getting and staying and keeping organized. We will be right back. Back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So welcome again to Let's Talk About It with the Empowerment Duo. I am one half of the Empowerment Duo, and I am Lisa Santiago McNeill. Himself, the king, shall be arriving shortly. Brian K. McNeill, the sales confidence coach. We're looking forward to hanging out with you today as we tackle what I feel like is a continual concern. If you don't keep it in check, getting it in check is like trying to wrestle cats in the ocean. It's difficult. But when you schedule, when you manage, when you organize your life, you can consistently adapt a lot more effectively than you could without it. So let's talk about it. Managing your chaos. How do you manage your chaos? Well, first thing is that's probably part of the problem because you've allowed it to get the chaos already. Once it's gotten the chaos, you've allowed it to get out of control. But the way to manage that, first of all, if you've let it get out of control, whether it's your schedule, whether it's your day-to-day, no matter what it is, if it's your work, if it's your clientele, whatever it is, if you have allowed it to get out of control, first breathe. And then assess. Assess what you need to get your arms around. If it's the volume of it, if it's the structure of it, what is it that you need to get your arms around? You can finish all of that over there.
Stop.
And then you will then determine where you have to pull things together at. Is it going to be scheduling? Is it going to be creating the structure, the infrastructure? What do you have to do to get it in check? And then it's really, really important. Now, we're going to go through 5 steps, but this is if you've let it get crazy out of control, right? Then determine what you are going to work on first, second, and third.
Good morning, Dr. Deborah. How are you? All right. Now, we talked, Lisa found and decided to capture 5 ways to get yourself organized. Now, I originally wanted to call the show, Get Your Ish Together. Get your ish together. How do you keep organized? Matter of fact, I did a training yesterday, and there was a lady on there who had met in 2018, and her and I did our sessions in 2019. And So as we started, she goes, "Hey, Brian, it's been a long time." I'm like, "Yeah, how long has it been? 4 or 5 years?" She goes, "Let me check." Now she's on her home on her screen. It's on a Zoom, and she was able to. I said, "There's no way you got the notes from when we did our session." She goes, "Oh yeah, I kept all my notes." No way, it's been years. And I saw her go to the back of her room and open up a file cabinet and file a little bit. And she pulled up a folder, and a thick folder, and she brought it to the camera, and the folder said, she said, "Look at the title, Brian K. McNeill Sales Training." And in that folder, she had printed off the 1, 2, 3 formula, the free gift. She had printed that off, and she had her notebook in from the notes that her and I took. And the classes were in 2019. Now here we are, 2021. Now, is this woman organized?
Absolutely. I think there's some benefit to that. We often talk about the virtual world, right? The cloud and the filing structure. And many of you have, if you're anything like me, you have let that get crazy. Getting my arms around some of these virtual files is a challenge. But for me, I still work a lot more effectively like that your client with things that are printed, with things that are physical, tangible. Now, I like to keep the soft copy of those files, but when I want to keep something present in mind and in action, I want it physical, tangible.
I was very impressed. Okay.
That's awesome.
I was, because people that are organized like that, you know what some benefits of that are? First off, they have more money.
Well, that could depend on what they're organized in. I don't disagree with that.
I think
but
that's true.
I don't think that people who are organized in things are necessarily organized in every area.
I do, and I'm basing this not on a scientific thought, just my own personal observations. I notice everyone that I notice and is very organized that can put their hands on their bills, for example, they have money in the bank. They have saved. They have figured out. They know where all the utilities are going and all that kind of stuff. Those kinds of people that I have noticed have had their stuff together.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Glenda. I had to get some new makeup this morning. I completely lost my makeup. Hey, Melissa. Melissa is now a lizard mama.
Lisa needed some new makeup, and this morning her makeup person drove her car, got in her car, and drove it to our door. I was downstairs having breakfast, and who comes to somebody's house this early in the morning?
I didn't know that.
Unannounced.
I didn't realize that my makeup person, shout out to Zimona DeBrew, was going to make a morning house call.
She might have thought you needed it before the show.
Right.
So she jumped in her car.
And I did, but I used some provisions. This is not my traditional makeup. I used some old provisions that I had around and put together a face.
To me, that's a testament to her wanting to keep you as a client. Absolutely. For one, demonstrating outstanding customer service.
Absolutely.
I mean, goodness gracious, jump in your cars. No, I can't have my client half-stepping today.
Absolutely. So I love that. I love that. Her. Absolutely. I love that. And especially because she knows that as much as I love her and I love my makeup, I am like a what do you call it? Creature of habit.
Okay.
Like I don't need a lot of bells and whistles. There's one thing that I get that I need, and that's it. I got to keep it in supply, and I am good. And I am grateful that she takes me on as a client and is serious about my consistency. So shout out to Jamona DeBrew and her willingness to go the extra mile. Melissa, how is your newest member of your family doing? Melissa went out on an excursion yesterday, a lizard-like excursion. She had to get a new dragon for her children because they need that. I heard. Is it a kimono dragon? That's a big thing, right?
It's not a kimono dragon.
What's that?
Komodo dragon is the largest land lizard and is very, very vicious, and it's poisonous.
Oh, so, no, I don't want one of those around the girls. But I think
probably an iguana or something like that.
Something. I know, right, Dr. Devin? That's some customer service. Well, it's some kind of a lizard or something thingamajiggy. But Melissa is the mom of the century. Because my kids could have wanted all the lizards that they wanted. They would never got one. I'm lucky that his name is Gandalf.
And what is he?
He's a bearded dragon.
Okay, I've seen bearded dragons. Yeah, those make great home pets.
His name is Gandalf. Okay, how did we come up with Gandalf? That's got to be an interesting story.
You know Gandalf from one of the either Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter.
No,
or something
I
like
never
that.
see none of those.
I never saw them either, but I think that's where it comes from.
I never saw them. I never read them either. We met some amazing young people yesterday.
Oh my gosh! Last night, Lisa and I went to a soul food restaurant we had never been to before.
What's good, Meech? How you doing?
Is that Meech Small?
That's Meech. What's good,
We went to a soul food restaurant 1 mile away from our home. We had never been there before. And when we went there, we bumped into one of my friends, my old friends, Jabari Greer. And he was there with his 2 children.
Amazing children.
And they were finishing up dinner as we sat down and ordered. But when they finished dinner,
you smell good, like food, though.
I had chicken and toast, baby.
Yeah, but you smell like rice and gravy.
What's that leftover
Mm.
curry you made? Okay. But anyway.
I can eat you up.
So he came over. I went over to him at first and greeted him. And he had his 2 kids there with him. And his son is 9, his daughter's 11. And
they were amazing.
And so after dinner, they came over to the table, and he wanted to introduce us to our children. His children. First, his daughter, she spoke up. And
yes,
she wanted to give her credentials.
Very outspoken, very articulate.
Very articulate.
Her credentials were vast. They were vast.
And she writes stories. She told Lisa she writes stories. And I was like, interesting. Lisa writes children's books, and she's a publisher. And
then they got really animated.
She goes, "Oh, really?
Really?"
That's the daughter. She was such a delight. And then the son comes from around dad, because at first he was kind of behind dad a little bit bashful.
And they're beautiful children too.
They're beautiful children. Yep. Bespectacled and just respectful children.
And the son
is a young inventor.
Oh my goodness.
He's 9. He goes, "Yes, I'm going to be one of the youngest inventors." And he tried to explain one of his inventions to me.
He's going to heal the world with fruits.
Yeah, heal the world with a serum he's going to make from fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
To cure people.
Absolutely. But what struck me, and it was probably because I have been in illustrator mode, right? You guys know that the muse comes from time to time. And as I have worked on several children's book projects, I'm finally working on mine. He's always higher than me. But this, which does not have a male character in it, but this young man became a character right before my eyes.
She told them that they both got so excited about being characters in her book.
Oh my goodness. He became a character. He's so handsome, but I saw him as a cartoon. He's so articulate. Both of them are amazing.
Yes.
I saw them together, but then I saw them separately as well. I saw a series actually in my heart and in my mind. I saw
I'm only going to encourage you to do that.
I know, but I saw them together, starting out and her taking her journey and guiding him a little bit, and then him taking off in his journey as an inventor. I saw invention swirling over his head.
Age 9 and 11.
9 and 11.
Isn't that a great age? They're fully awake and aware. They can get dressed and brush their teeth and all that kind of stuff. And they haven't gotten to preteens and teenagers where they know everything and mess up everything.
Well, and they're still animated and respectful. They're still imaginative. Yes, they're still imaginative. They're not yet jaded. Oh my goodness. How much longer do we have with Charlotte? How old is Charlotte? Charlotte, her birthday is either today or tomorrow, I think.
How old is she?
I think she's 10.
Good. You got 3 years.
I think, yeah.
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2. And we are praying. And that they are just, that you just squeeze the best juice out of these amazing years that you have with the girls.
I've said on the show many a times, I'm the oldest of 4, and I have 3 younger sisters. I'm the oldest of 4, and I have 3 younger sisters. No other boys but me. Only boy, and he's the oldest. I have personally pulled my mother off of all 3 of my sisters at age 13. They were 13. Hey. Each one of them at age 13 tried to try her, and she beat them down at age 13, punched them in the face and all that stuff. And I had pulled my mother off of all 3 of them at age 13. I don't know what that means about my family.
Oh, it's not just your family, honey. It is not just your family. Melissa says Charlotte is turning 10 on next Friday. Yeah. Oh my God,
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I cannot
believe
it.
That's a great age too.
It is. But
the age, now you're in the double digits now. Woo, woo.
Absolutely, it's awesome. But Charlotte has always had a very different personality from Sophie. Charlotte has always been a little bit more reserved. Yeah. She'll go out when she goes out, but it's like she's got to build up to that because Sophie is like,
that's what we noticed.
Absolutely, that's what we've noticed. So correct me if I'm wrong, Melissa. And Beverly, I love that AEK, Amazing Empowerment Kids, the book series. That would give me a chance to
Dr. Beverly,
lots of kids. I'm going to take that.
This is another great suggestion by you, Dr. Beverly, excuse me. Dr. Beverly, oh my gosh, what a cool thought. Melissa says, Charlotte is my reserve girl, but her mouth still gets away with her the older she gets.
Yes, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I remembered. Because I remember Charlotte sort of in her zone, but when she gets wouldn't
sing in front of us, but the other one would. But anyway, let's move on.
So again, and
today's show is get your ish together. How to get organized and stay organized in all areas of your life. You know, and I've learned that I don't do well at all unless it is captured on a calendar or written down, and really mostly captured on a calendar. Yeah. If it's not on my calendar, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it doesn't have somewhere to stick. So I don't know if that comes with age. Good morning again, Brittany. I don't know if that comes with age or if that comes with just knowledge. I don't know if the wisdom comes because of the limitation or if the wisdom comes because age has said, come on and write that the hell down.
Because you're not going to remember it.
You're not going to remember it. You think it's the most important thing at that second, that there's nothing that would transpire, that would transcend this particular thing. And then you cross the threshold and leave the room and have no idea.
Speaking of that, the notes on my phone, I have gotten some inspired thoughts during the course of a day and decided to actually capture it in my notes. And then leave it in my notes, and then go on with my day. And then I'm thinking this is such a great idea. And a week later, I forgot all about it. And then I happen to go to my notes either or make another note or something. Oh man, that was a great thing I captured. I'm so glad I captured it because I wouldn't have it anymore if it hadn't been for the notes.
Beverly says you can go back and get every kid that you had on the show, get t-shirts made, AEKs, make sure you incorporate your key and let the world know in the book series that these kids hold the key to our future. I love it.
Wow.
Dr. Beverly, I love it.
We've got more kids in our networking circle than you can imagine.
Absolutely.
Because we used to have a group called Building Young Entrepreneurs. We met on Saturday mornings. And we had great volunteers, and we helped young people who wanted to start their own business while they were still in school. That was our plan.
This is yours because I really need it.
You can have it. There's another one right in the next room. I saw it. Okay. And I've had water today already.
Thank you. I haven't. I did my workout this morning, but I didn't drink water. I zoned out. I don't know what happened. Dr. Deborah says psychological neurologists have found that at about 13, a child's brain mimics that of a person with mental illness. I would understand that.
I don't disagree with it. That makes all kinds of sense to me.
But I think that it probably happens again at 25.
Well, before we leave this place of 13, I remember age 13 for me was a very difficult year. I mean, I was in high school, just going into high school. It was a very difficult year for me. I remember the whole year was rugged for me. I was freshman in high school. I had 4 fights my freshman year in school. I wasn't happy with nobody in the house. I was sure I was smarter than everyone in the house. My dad wasn't around. My mom wasn't available to me that much. It was just a very difficult year.
At 13, I think if I had not reined myself in at 13, I would have been a murderer.
Could have been, man.
Yeah, I would have been a murderer. That was the main thing on my mind was to kill somebody. Like I wanted to kill somebody, and I had to change my environment. I had to change my thoughts. I had to change my activities. I had to change a lot of things because it was just an overwhelming and foreboding feeling that this person must die.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that story. I'm going to change that topic just a little bit real quick. I saw a video yesterday of a boy who's probably about 6 crying to his mother, and she decided to record it. Why do you have to be mean all the time? You have to be mean you don't have to be mean all the time. And she goes, are you serious? What do you mean I'm mean all the time? We don't have any, you won't give us any candy. We don't have any toys. You always telling us what to do. You telling us to do this and this. You're mean all the time. I'm like, where does this kid get this from? And where does he get the words to say that to his mother at 6? He said that to her.
Interesting.
And she was just recording it. Dang. Brittany says, heck, I'm young and I write things down a lot.
That's because you're smart.
That's because you're smart.
That's because you're smart.
And you hang out with older folk.
Dr. Deborah says, after 13, it starts to regroup to form an adult brain. I definitely appreciate that. I'm telling you, that 13 was a fool for a lot of people.
I had never heard that thought.
Makes sense. It makes sense. So again, we're going to get back to the topic. The topic is get organized.
Back to the lecture at hand. Yep, getting organized and staying organized. You probably have some organizational tips. If you're a mother, for example, like Melissa, you got some kind of organizational stuff. Some of you guys have routines that keep you organized. Dr. Beverly said that at 13, I was very quiet, wondering how I can be the best person ever in my mother's life. I wanted her to be proud of me. I just wanted her to have something to smile at.
That is a beautiful sentiment.
At age 13. Girls at age 13
don't typically have that sentiment.
No. I remember I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and it was like one summer where all the girls, because they were all just kids. We were all kids. I think it was all of them at age 11. All of them at age 11 got breast that summer. Okay, like me and my buddies was like, what? That girl? They all got them at the same time.
Y'all chronicled it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You couldn't believe it. Little girls we used to pop upside their head all of a sudden got breastises. We wouldn't pop them upside the head no more.
Oh my God, that's all it took?
That's all it took. And Brittany says, and also because I have a full load. Of course. Guess who else is busy? Everybody. Okay. I teach my clients, you cannot assume that anybody that you're reaching out to was just sitting around waiting for your call. Everybody that you talk to is already busy. Everybody that you talk to has already got a very, very full plate of stuff they have to do, people they have to take care of, and places they have to be. And on top of all their responsibilities, they got all their worries and stressors on top of that. You have to come across as someone to take away some of their worries, take away some of their stressors in order to interrupt their flow and earn their business.
Dr. Beverly says, my routine became autopilot. I'm not sure if that was good or bad. However, when it was time for my body to shut down, everything around me shut down.
Isn't that interesting how your body has a clock? Yeah. For example, every morning between 5:30 and 6:30, I'm getting up and making that trek. Okay?
Hey, Arthur Lynette. Good morning. I've missed you for some reason.
And when I decide to go to take a shower, I do the same daggone routine every time. Okay, I'll play stand-up comedy. I'll brush my teeth. While I'm brushing my teeth and in the shower, I'm listening to stand-up comedy every night. When I come out my shower, I do everything the same. I towel off the same. I put on Rainstorm to sleep to every night, put on my sleeping mask every night. Everything is routine, and that helps. I think that helps.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Deborah says, I have a hard copy. I still have hard copy files and spiral notebooks. We have spiral notebooks dating back
yin yang.
At least, well, I was going to say at least 5 years, but the funny thing was it was more than that because we
20.
both already had spiral notebooks.
Boxes and boxes of them.
Before we got together.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I treasure them because I imagine one day when I'm gone, someone's going to pull out my spiral notebook boxes and put together an amazing tome, an amazing book.
Hey, Chef Rev, he said, organization tip from my father. Get organized and put things back where you found it, and you'll always know where you put it.
Amen.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
That is a wonderful tip, especially for single men. Single men that live alone don't ever dust. You shouldn't dust your house at all. You know why? Because if you dust, you won't know where you move something from. And by not dusting, you'll be able to tell exactly where to put stuff back.
Don't listen to him. Please do not listen to him. Please.
Single men don't dust. I've been a single man. That's how you know where stuff was. Said not. How you gonna know where stuff goes?
I agree with that, and that was one of the challenges when we moved to where we are now. One of the big challenges was finding a home for everything, finding a place to put everything, because you're right, when it has a place, you can put it back in the place that it belongs. But when it doesn't have a place, it's chaos. It is chaos. And so what has been interesting is some of the places were not defined for things to be. So in addition, I don't know who has.
That takes time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Some of the things have not found their places, and they have been lost because they don't have a place.
Like, I still can't find my power drill. Okay, Dr. I don't know what the heck happened to my power drill.
The Lord probably hid it because you don't need a power drill.
We use it to hang curtains, and I hung the curtains in the living room, and they're the most sturdy ones in the house, by the way.
Oh, of course.
They are.
You need sturdy curtains. You hanging from the curtains?
The kitchen curtains are not that sturdy.
So they're already up.
Anyway, Dr. Beverly says, I think I was on the path of, if I don't do it, it won't get done. Instead of using the hands I had around me to delegate to make my load lighter, eventually the hands that were around me took charge of a lot of days when I walked in my house. I didn't have to become a drill sergeant. I became an inspector, which took a lot less time. Amen. Amen.
Absolutely. Getting organized was critical for me growing up. Staying organized, because my grandmother was insistent upon activity. When she left the house, if you got home before her, there had to be some activity going on. So we got organized in finding out how not to be doing something.
Or to look like you're doing something.
Yes, to look like we're doing something. We had to learn. Because you couldn't just be sitting and relaxing somewhere.
Oh my gosh, I got stories about that too. Well, how dare you? But back on that point about stuff not having a place. You know, Lisa and I have, over the years, we've gone through a few different house cleaners. And the one we have now, we've had the longest, and she's really good. But most of the time, after we get our home cleaned, for a couple of days,
you don't know where anything is.
We can't find nothing for a couple of days.
It's not for a couple of days. Some things I've never found. Some things I've never found, especially the things that I hadn't already.
Because they don't know where stuff's supposed to. Like, yes,
and my housekeeper is tall.
Yeah, she's tall. So
we're not tall.
Yeah.
So the places that don't exist to me, she uses them like regular stuff.
You had to tell her, because that makes sense to her to put it up there. Okay.
I'm like, there's a cabinet up there? I never even knew there was a cabinet up there.
That makes sense.
Have you looked at me?
Yeah.
I am 4'11". That doesn't exist in my world. My son doesn't live here anymore. When my son lived with me, his job was to get everything from the top shelf.
And her son is, I think, 6'4".
Yes.
Okay. So that makes sense to her, you know, because you also your stuff. One of my good friends is Pastor Anderson out of Raleigh, and him and I used to have great talks. And he says, Brian, I know where everybody sits. Okay, I know who plays around in church. I know who's taking it serious, because you can see everything from up front. You know, we don't have to say what we see, but I know where everybody sits. I know what's going on the whole time, because everybody sits in their area as if they all had assigned seating at church. You want to upset somebody old head in church? Have somebody visit and sit in their seat.
Yeah, my pastor wouldn't let you try to get your seat back from somebody. Because if it was your seat, you should have been in it first. You should have got up earlier and you should have got there and been in it.
So he don't want to hear none of this. Nope, hear my seat.
Nope, it wasn't your seat. Because if it was your seat, you would have been there and you'd have been on time. Brittany says, I love organization, and when things are not put in place, it aggravates me. Mm-hmm. Dr. Beverly says, how much stuff that is in our lives are not in its rightful place right now? The trash can is my biggest friend.
Amazing. Yeah.
I love that. Although I do not hold on to things unnecessarily. Like, I don't have emotional connection with things, but I do sometimes fear that the moment I get rid of something, that I'm going to need it.
I think you've changed over the last 2 to 3 years in that area, because I think it was 2 or 3 years ago in December, you got a hold of that idea about, does this bring me joy or not? Does this fit? Bring me joy or not? Get rid of it. Remember, we got rid of all that stuff.
That was in the beginning of our relationship. That wasn't a year ago. We did it again a year ago.
But let me tell you, when we first did that, now I didn't think I was a hoarder. Okay, but there were a whole lot of things that I hadn't worn in a year that I still owned, hadn't used in a year and I still owned. Wasn't sure it brought me joy, but I still had it. And what was so impressive to me, because we took the discipline to get rid of stuff that wasn't bringing us joy and that we could no longer fit, we had 3 huge piles in the living room of stuff that we could get rid of and not miss. Amazing how much stuff we accumulate over time.
And that stuff gets in the way of your real organization. It really does. The extraneous stuff gets in the way of your real organization.
Every time you get rid of something like that, or a move a thing, it creates a space
that sometimes you don't need to fill.
Mm-hmm.
That's also critical to understand, that organization can expose that there are some spaces that don't need to be filled in your life. Author Lynette, we are praying for you. She said, I need my prayer warriors. I lost my oldest first cousin. She's my mom's oldest sister's daughter. She was in her 70s. Amen. She said, I'll be headed back up to Maryland again soon. My poor body. Oh, the drive. I know. I am sending you prayers of love and comfort.
That's tough to lose a cousin that's in their 70s like that. That's tough.
Brittany says, I sit on the front row of church. Well, amen, Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let nobody take your seat. Just get there earlier.
Yeah, I don't like to go no further than the second row back. Okay, maybe the third. But that's as far as I'm going.
Beverly said, not talking about your table. Let it go. It's already gone.
Your table.
I don't know that one. So in organizing, getting rid of the trash first, right? Now, the trash can represent physical, tangible trash. It could be trash time that you are filling with trash. Now, there is room for recreational crap in your life. And if that's the trash you want to keep, then keep it. But sometimes we let things grow and grow and grow. Like there are areas or periods in our times that turn into the comfortable sweatpants. And when you have on the comfortable sweatpants,
stop talking about me.
That's right, yeah. Beverly.
We got rid of it, Beverly. We got rid of it.
I got rid of it.
The table's gone. Okay.
Let me tell you something. I haven't taken out a piece of trash in probably, how long we've been together now? 5.5 something years. I haven't taken a single piece of trash out of this house. But that table, honey, when I tell you that table with the broken leg had to go, I actually went to the trash can and put it up next to it. I didn't put it in there, but
you did put it in there.
I didn't put it in the trash can.
Okay, anyway.
I put it next to the trash can. You put it in there because you took it out first to the curb, and I told you they wasn't going to take it unless it was in the can.
Right, they didn't. So
and then what did you do?
Don't worry about it.
Then he made magic. He made magic.
I had to break it in pieces and stuff.
Did you get the karate chopping?
No, I didn't karate chopping. All
like
that says we are about to move, and I will finally be having my own office. Yes. Oh, the possibility of throwing stuff out. I know I'm going to need something. It's not going to be pretty. Yeah, I'm just saying it's not going to be pretty. If you don't, it's going to take ruthlessness, sister, because we do get attachments to stuff.
I'm telling you that Mary Coy Spark Joy.
Yeah.
It really is a phenomenal way to release things that are keeping you held back.
When I was in my senior year in high school, I had this beautiful leather jacket. It was burgundy, and it kind of like had a little bit of a design on it. I was the only one with a jacket like this, and it was kind of like Demona, we talked about you earlier, girl. So proud of you and your diligence and your professionalism.
Thank you so
much. Thank you, Demona. We celebrated you this morning, Demona. Your customer service was amazing. So, but I had this beautiful jacket in high school, and it was kind of like my identity. I'm the kid with that burgundy leather jacket. So then after high school, I lost that jacket.
You lost it?
I don't know what happened to it. I lost my jacket. That jacket, I didn't lose after high school because I still had it when I was in the Army too.
Okay.
I got into a car accident. That was the only. When I got into a car accident, my car flipped over into a ditch. I reached into the car to get that jacket.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I went back and got
that
the jacket.
Was serious.
But anyway, that jacket ended up being lost. And then close to my 30s, I found a similar jacket in a thrift store. And I bought that jacket. Now, the jacket did not fit me at the time. It was too small, but it reminded me of that one. Okay. And I kept that jacket, even had it when you and I were still together. And it was such an emotion. I couldn't fit it. I let Elijah wear it. Elijah wore it one time because he didn't have a jacket here. So I put it on him and he wore that. But that's the only wear it's gotten. So it was difficult for me to let that jacket finally go because there's no one in my world that could wear it. I couldn't wear it. And I let it go finally with that game we played.
Zamona, I know you love me. Author Lynette says Pierre wants to throw everything out, but he doesn't understand. I'll be packing him a box and I have packing tape. Okay. Understand.
You sound like you about to start some trouble in your house. What you do? Some of the stuff you don't know what he wants it for.
Right. But so the Spark Joy process is certain criteria. So you create 3 piles, and that is keep, give away, throw away. Right. So those are the 3 piles that you have.
We had
keep. Listen.
Go ahead.
Keep, give away, throw away. So you can give away as donate or give to somebody else or whatever. It's still in good condition. It just can't fit you.
I don't know because we kept it in the closet.
You didn't keep nothing?
It
started out with the keep. No, I'm not talking about from the closet.
Okay.
We brought everything from every drawer, every closet, everywhere, and put it into the living room.
It was huge piles.
Huge piles. And then you one touch. Do you pick it up? Do you love it? So does it spark joy? Does it fit? And is it in good condition?
And have you worn it in a year?
Those are the criteria. Do you love it? Does it fit? Is it in good condition? And have you worn it in a year? And if it doesn't, and depending upon which criteria it fits, then you put it in the keep, you put it in the donate, or you put it in the discard. One touch. You don't get to think about it. You don't get to whatever. But what I realized also was that some of the things, the memory was what I wanted to keep and not the thing. Right? The memory and not necessarily the thing. And there was some fear that without the thing that the memory would go.
Yeah.
And in those cases, I would take a picture of it.
And you'd agonize. And so did I. I agonized over getting rid of some stuff.
I don't think I agonized.
I think I did.
You agonized over that jacket and that Giants jacket. And
I keep my daggone
I know you kept the Giants jacket. I don't let you wear it, but to the Giants games.
That's all I need it for. Okay. I have a beautiful New York Giants jacket. It's heavy, it is thick. It's got to be cold to wear it, really. But it's the best Giants jacket ever.
Other than that says, tell the truth, it was a members only jacket.
Yeah, I heard
it's okay.
It wasn't members only. It was cooler than members only. Although I did rock a members only. I think in the 7th and 8th grade, I had a light gray one. You know.
What category will I put Pierre in?
Oh my gosh.
I've been in my apartment 6 years. I've been with Pierre 3 years. This is a hard one. I'll keep you posted. I don't want to be in that one.
And also, I already know what pile he's going. He's in the keep pile.
He's in the keep pile.
So
he's in the keep pile. You just be playing. Stop playing.
I seen you guys together.
Damona says, "Oh Lord, so many of my clothes would be gone." Yeah.
Well, wouldn't that be a good thing?
Yeah.
Now your clothes gone probably need to go to either a donation because your clothes, even the gone ones, are going to be fashionable. So.
Yep, absolutely. So besides that, getting organized. So that's getting rid of some of that clutter. Now the clutter, the physical, tangible clutter.
We're talking about calendars, schedulers, and getting rid of clutter so far.
And getting organized is really about identifying what's important in your life. What's important in your life? How much time do you want to dedicate to work? How much time do you want to allocate to study how much time do you want to allocate.
Yes, you should go down
to
that road
foolishness.
too. One more thing too before we leave. Someone else not knowing where your stuff goes. She cleaned our house beautiful yesterday. She did a great job with it. But my cigar box, she put on the floor next to the couch. What
Blasphemous.
I was looking, where's my cigar box?
Blasphemy.
Oh, I can't believe she got this on the floor. What the hell is she thinking?
Blasphemy.
But I came down.
Heads will roll for this.
That's not where a cigar box goes. Anyway, she goes, she can't do it. Demona can't. I can't do it. Okay. Yeah, she's going to keep it. Beverly says, forever keep Pierre. We know the dilly. That's right.
Exactly. Demona is not getting rid of her stuff. Sorry. Thanks. I can't do it. I get it.
Right.
Oh, no, Arthur Lynette, he might have to go. She said he wants to get rid of all my handbags. Let's get ready to rumble. Ladies, how disrespectful. Not the cigar box. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And not the handbags. That, first of all, that's none of your business. That's none of your business. My handbags are not anyone's business.
Whatever. You know I will. If Lisa keeps stuff that I don't think is if it's in disrepair or starting to lean on the heels a little bit, shoes, stuff like that, I'll get rid of them. I'll throw them away. Okay.
Not my handbag.
Okay. If I see any that I think either the shoulder harness is kind of frayed or wrinkled like or anything like that, I'll get rid of it.
I don't have any.
Early in me and Lisa's relationship,
she almost didn't make it to later in our relationship.
Early in our relationship, she had this huge two section shoe holder, like right in her front door when you walked in her home. Mm-hmm. And she had shoes in every cubby. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's probably like 27 pair of shoes in every cubby. 30 pair of shoes in every cubby. Okay. And you can't not see the cubby of shoes going in or out of the house. Mm-hmm. And we was early.
I didn't have no whole lot of people coming in and out of my house. It didn't matter what you could or couldn't see. That was just for me to get access to my shoes when I was getting dressed.
Well, as I was looking at the shoes, and a lot of them looked in disrepair to me. Okay. Matter of fact, I would say most of them. Like she'd had them for a long time.
Some of them were sentimental shoes.
So one day she wasn't around. I pulled the trash bin close to the house. I picked up the first section, the whole thing, and threw it in the trash. Dumped it and threw it in the trash. Came back and got the whole second section. Threw that all in the trash. Threw away all of her shoes that was at the door. Now, mind you, those are just the shoes at the door because she had plenty of shoes in the bedroom too. Mm-hmm. And those are the ones that you used. You didn't use the ones at the door. You used the ones at the bedroom. So it made sense to me to get rid of them all.
It was none of your business.
I got rid of them all. And you were happy that I did it.
I was not happy. I was not happy.
I threw away all of them. Okay, which created room.
Nope. You haven't replaced all those shoes yet. Matter of fact, I might need to go shoe shopping today.
You should go shoe shopping today.
You're lucky that the pandemic had, you know that I haven't bought shoes since 2000. I bought one pair of flip-flops for Jamaica.
Shoes. Yes, you have.
But I haven't bought shoes since 2020. Not shoes. Like, no, I haven't bought shoes.
Baby, you bought some daggone shoes.
No,
I've seen them.
No.
So you did buy shoes, but you didn't buy shoes?
I didn't buy shoes.
You didn't buy shoes, but you did buy. Oh, you didn't buy shoes.
I didn't buy shoes.
You bought shoes, but you didn't buy shoes.
Shoes. That because nobody sees feet anymore, right? So I bought walking around shoes. I didn't buy shoes. I did not buy one pair of stylish shoes since 2019. I believe, ladies, let me hear it. I believe it's time to go shoe shopping.
You should go. Go ahead and go. Okay. What is
I'm
this?
Taking your car.
Let me touch the watches. Oh, he would die. So don't touch my handbags. Okay. On that note, I need you to know that an Empowerment Duo Protective Service agent. And purses is a list of what I will protect. So just point. I'll handle the rest.
Thank you, Dr. Beverly. Demona, that's right. It's the
shopping spree.
The shoes that I took to Jamaica, Demona bought for me. She picked them out for me, and they are ready to like be retired because I walked it out in those shoes.
Let me tell you guys, if y'all don't know Damona DeBrew, get to know her. She's my go-to move for recommendations for stuff for my wife. I got lots of clothes that I bought my wife from Damona's recommendation. If I want to get Lisa a gift, I reach out to Damona typically first because she knows Lisa and she knows fashion and she has a great idea of what looks good on my wife. So I appreciate her as a resource. She's a Mary Kay representative, but she's also a consultant on how to use makeup, how to make it work for you and your body. Okay. So, and also clothing. Now her home has turned into a showroom.
Absolutely.
A boutique showroom. Her living room area, she's got racks and clothes. You can damn near shop all day.
Yep.
So she's a resource, I would say to you.
Yep. So Damona, yes, I think I may need a shopping spree. And here's the thing, I don't really like to shop. I like to pick, and I'll go ahead and I'll call Damona and say, this is what I would like, this is what I'm thinking about, and then she'll go get it. And that's kind of the way I shop. She actually, last time I shopped, we did virtual shopping where she was actually in the store. She was going from store to store, and I would say that, and here's the size or whatever. But now my size is changing, so I might have to go with you, Damona. It's crazy. Chef Red, I know. He said if I thought about getting rid of my wife's shoes, I would be dead 3 times. Absolutely.
That means she gonna kill him
and then
revive him. Kill him again,
yes,
and bring him back again,
absolutely,
and kill him a 3rd time.
Absolutely, it's necessary. It's necessary. So I'm ready to get that card to swiping.
Do your thing.
I
sent you money today.
No, that money I already put towards what it needs to be go towards. I need some new money.
You need more money?
Yes.
I got you.
I need some more money.
I got you.
Damona, this just means that Brenda Booker Bull needs to find you a house that has an extra room so you can move, so that you can have your boutique or possibly even a shed in the back where we can come out and just shop till we drop. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Somebody for something.
Amen and amen again.
Get organized and stay organized. It'll take some stress off your life. It'll make you breathe easier.
I could have an amazing girls' night shopping activity with just my friends. I could do, Damona could do racks of clothes. I could have Madam CJ to do bags. We can let Glenda to come.
That's Element.
Laverne, Laverne could do.
But Madam CJ does bags. Yep.
Yeah, Madam CJ does bags and jewelry. Well, I would have to split it up because I want to share the love. So I could have somebody else do the jewelry and have somebody else. Look, I could do this. We could do this. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. I wouldn't have to go nowhere.
I ain't letting Lisa meet up with you to go shopping. It'll make the whole thing worse.
Damona says,
by herself.
Beverly, I love that idea. And Arthur says, B, just turn over your wallet to Lisa. What time are we meeting up?
See, I don't turn on my wallet. What I do is transfer money over to her. Send her money. That way she gets what I send her.
I don't have a problem with any of that. I've never had a problem with any of that because, like you guys know already, I do work for myself as well. Mm-hmm. So it's just sometimes I don't particularly earmark my money for some things that I don't want them to go do. Like my money has jobs and I send them to do the jobs that I want them to do. And I call over his money to bring back reinforcements to do some other jobs.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's it.
My money's for bills anyway. So
yeah, and me.
My money's for bills, Lisa, and cigars.
I let him have a cigar allowance.
That's the only reason sometimes, and I don't care most of the time. Sometimes I don't like you look at my account because then you'll see what I spent on cigars. That's the only thing.
But I don't begrudge any
By the way, ladies, if your man ever smokes cigars, never ask him how much he spends on cigars. Don't ask about that.
Don't ask about that?
No, that's a terrible question. How much do cigars cost? Don't ask none of that stuff about how much money he spends on cigars. I know how much cigars cost. I've bought you cigars. Yes.
I enjoy surprising
but don't ask
you
how much
cigars.
You do. But I don't want to answer that question. I don't even want anybody to know how much I spend on cigars.
It's an addiction.
It's not an addiction.
It's an addiction.
It's not an addiction.
It's an addiction. It's an addiction.
It's not.
I don't have any addictions right now, I don't think. Like things
right
that
now.
I have to have, like things that I need. I don't have any.
Praise God for my day ahead of me. I have most of the daytime available, which means I get to do a whole lot of administrative planning and foreplanning of things. And I'm excited about it too, because you guys have motivated me this morning
to get organized.
And I can get to take all my stuff downstairs into the gazebo and actually have a cigar while I work. I don't have to be in front of anybody's lives, although I will do some recordings this morning. I'll record some stuff.
Awesome. So I have some study to do today. I have taken taken some training. I've taken a course, so I've got to at least get it started, because that's another way to get organized. Get new stimuli. Mm-hmm. Get organized. Get new stimuli.
Another class.
Take another class, or even put on the right music. You remember Saturday mornings in your grandmother's house? Or in your mother's house?
In my house.
Or at home?
Saturday mornings we cleaned up and we put on the radio.
The radio came
WBLS.
On.
Come on, man. It wasn't right until that music was playing.
But you cleaned effort, like you put forth exuberant effort.
Because you was dancing along.
Yes. Get the right inspiration to get organized. Get the right activity. Have everything in the place. That's another thing. Keeping your tools ready. One of the I don't clean anymore, but one of the things that I think helped cleaning was having a bucket that you could take from that contains everything you need to clean that room in that one place. You just take it and go and stay until it's done.
You know, I'm happy that we hire people to clean our home, and I'm happy that we hire people to cut our yard and all that kind of stuff too, because that's a better use of our time to pay someone to do these things. But it took 2 years before we started getting house cleans. I think it was 2 years.
It was longer than that. Brian.
See, that's why I knew she was going to say it. Correct me. So
it was a long time because he couldn't conceptualize the fact that that's not what I'm created for.
No, that's not what I wouldn't conceptualize. You didn't sell it effectively to me yet. Okay.
Listen, y'all about to witness. Like,
let me clean up what I said. Let me clean it up. Baby. I was saying I couldn't understand what you were saying because I am a sales person and I like to be sold. Okay, that selling to me is the right language to me. That makes sense to me. And I think once Lisa learned that language, it was easier for her to get everything. So she said one day to me, she said, we was in the living room, Brian, you've been here for how long? I was like, I don't know. I've been here this long time. And you have never, ever cut the grass. You have paid somebody to cut the grass every time the grass gets cut. I said, that's right. So I need a house cleaner too. And I couldn't make the connection because I don't want you to hit me again.
It's okay. So let me explain this. First of all, although we are very independent and we don't form to every tradition, there is an element of tradition for me. Yeah, that's okay. We'll forego it until tomorrow. There is an element of tradition for the way that we divide our time and household responsibilities. Like I don't take out gas. I mean,
put gas
trash. I don't put gas in cars. And so I don't do those things because that traditional guideline fit us, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, house cleaning fell into the category of the role that I was supposed to be fitting, that we had defined. And so I could have gotten a housekeeper on my own without permission, if you will, but I wanted it to be a mutual decision because I didn't want you to feel as if I was delegating a responsibility towards the care and love and consideration.
And I can see how you would come to that conclusion. Definitely. It's like we got 3 minutes to do the songs, y'all. Let's go.
You're gonna do songs in 3 minutes.
We're gonna try the fastest 3 minutes ever. Okay, go to the top.
Dr. Deborah, healing and deliverance coach. Mm-hmm.
Sister Glenda's
riding on the freeway in makeup in her pink Cadillac.
Good morning, Miss Glenda. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Bam, 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 bam. Melissa's on. Now it's time for us to sing her song. Melissa's on. Good morning, Miss Melissa Price.
Good morning, it's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany Thomas. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany. It's your time. It's your time. Yeah.
At this table we sit, making it legit. Because when Lynette hits the show, why must I eat like that? Why not hire Chef Rev?
It puts the good food in me.
Not.
Oh my goodness.
It's Demona DeBrew.
Demona DeBrew.
And how are you?
Hey, Demona. Did we get through everybody that quickly? Oh my goodness. Everybody that currently has a song, it looks like. Yes. It looks like we got through it. Demona says, yes, open the windows, dance and clean. Yes, that's what we did back in the day. Saturdays were classic.
Demona also says, I need to start hiring because it's just me and trying to do it all is driving me crazy. Don't drive yourself crazy. She goes, wow, I love it. I need a song. You knew there was a song, Demona.
You have a logo.
You got a logo of, hello, I'm Demona DeBrew. And how are you? But if you want a song, you can get one. But help us find one. Pick a tune or jam that you like and see if we can find it.
Absolutely.
Demona is officially the first one.
The very first. Demona, if you want our girl's number, I'm telling you, she's awesome. It is wonderful to know that every 2 weeks we will have everything freshened and stays, and it's just keeps order.
Everything. I mean, she cleaned the heck out of my bathroom yesterday. My shower. Come on, man.
Shower,
it's like
baseboards, dusting, yep. everything. It's worth it, and we love it, and we appreciate her every time that she comes. I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And I am Brian K.
And yes, you are. And this has been Let's Talk About It. We look forward to getting even more organized with you. Tomorrow is Shout It Out Friday. Now, we shout you guys out every day. Hopefully, we will have our donuts tomorrow. Our donuts, Miss Phyllis is bringing us some cousins donuts, and we look forward to share those.
I hope we will.
But, it's Thursday, so you might as well have sex.